So earlier today, I was talking to someone who works with folks in prisons, and they asked me what could they say to someone who has been living in prison, has come from a history of abuse, and just doesn't see themselves as worthy. And I honestly didn't have an answer, but I did tell them what worked for me. And what works for me is realizing that even though most people can't see me, I know that I'm seen, and I don't invest in people who don't have the capacity to see me, to validate my existence. And I feel that so many of us are waiting for validation from people who are not qualified nor authorized to tell us anything about ourselves. So I just don't put the energy into that. A long time ago when I was a kid, and maybe it was because I was a kid that I took this to heart. I read in Jeremiah in the Hebrew Bible that said, God said to Jeremiah, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. And I have forever wanted to know myself as I'm known. I've made this choice to assume that I'm known and that the person that I truly am was known before I was formed in my mom's womb. So everything that came after my birth, if it doesn't serve me in knowing myself, then I just don't give it energy. And my greatest hope for people that I come in contact with, people that know me, people that don't know me, is that if we interact with one another, you're going to come away knowing a little bit more about yourself, because I'm going to assume that you also are seen, that you also are known, and all the BS that covers up the reality of who we are, none of that matters. And so I want to tell that to you today. If you find yourself feeling invisible, in your relationships where people can't see you, at a job where people can't see you, you just walk down the street and seem invisible to people, chances are most of those people do consider you invisible, but that's because they also don't know themselves. Anyone who knows themselves is going to see you, or they're going to want you to be seen. And I think that it's important for us to want that for ourselves, to seek relationships with people who know that they are seen, and they know that living this life day by day, collecting experiences, meeting people, trying things that you never tried before, all of those give you positive and negative feedback to remind you of who you already are. So today I launched a post that is an allegory about remembering, about being reminded, to coming back into our right mind. You can check it out on my Substack. I think I called it something like the song that brings all things together, or something like that. I don't remember the title. I just put it out there. But I invite you to check it out. It's an invitation to remember. And once we remember, to never go back to sleep again, no matter who's sleepy around us. So that's just a little bit of encouragement. I'm still getting used to this platform, but I want to use it to its best ability. And that is to help people see themselves, receive themselves, and be themselves, and not wait for anybody's permission. So I hope this serves you. Thanks for listening. Take care.